Ladies and gentlemen, here's what is going on. I was just in the middle of streaming God of War Ragnarok. My cat, who has a tendency to try to mess with stuff in my office, decides to go and sit down on top of my capture device. Okay? This caused the capture device to malfunction and turn off. So I restarted my whole setup. And typically when that happens, all right, I would just close OBS, which is what I capture with, open it again, and everything's fine. In this case, I close it and open it, and I've got a black screen. Okay? And I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I have this black screen. You know, I'm at a loss. So, for the past hour, I've tried restarting my PC. I've tried unplugging, replugging, testing all the connections. I've tried everything. I tried going to the device manager and tell it, check for hardware updates or whatever, or hardware changes. Okay? Here's as far as I've gotten. This is the weirdest thing ever. I'm going to show you. This is my capture setup. As you can see, it's a black screen. But when I move around, listen to this. I'm on my PS5 dashboard, and as I move around, it makes noise. So that means the device is working. Okay? But why is it black screen video? That's what I don't understand right now. I have absolutely no clue why I have a black screen video right now if the audio is working on the HDMI. You see? If it weren't working at all, okay? If this weren't working at all, then you would not hear this. You would hear nothing at all, zero. So I am completely confused as to what is going on. You know, I tried messing with settings, you know, in OBS. It doesn't do anything. When I go into video properties, it just shows me this black screen, the same black video feed you're seeing. That's what I see. Okay? And, you know. No, sadly, this device only has one HDMI. It doesn't have two. So, check the cables. People are saying try checking the cables. Try checking the HDMI cable. Which one? The one going from the console to the HDMI splitter. The one going from the HDMI splitter to the capture device. The one going from the capture device to the PC. You know. Well, actually, I take that back. There is none going from the capture device to the PC. That's not the case. The one. Here's the problem. The one going from the capture device to the PC is not HDMI, it's USB 3. And it's the old standard. But remember, USB 3 before they shrunk it down. So like, for example, hold on, let me go full screen so you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, current USB 3 is this right here. That port on the top of the PS5 controller, okay? When USB 3 first launched, it was not using that port. It was using a really weird looking port that was all messed up. It's like this weird deformed port. Okay, well, that's Type-C. I know people are saying, they're saying that's the Type-C connector. You're right. But what I'm saying is USB 3, basically, before it used the Type-C connector, it used a different connector. And that's what I'm actually using in my capture device. This weird connector that looks odd as shit. I don't even know how to explain what it looks like. It looks like maybe, I don't know if it's proprietary. How can I even explain? The weirdest thing about this, so here's the thing. I know that the wire going from the console to the splitter works because I have video and audio on my TV right now. So the HDMI cable going from the console to the splitter is working. The HDMI cable going from the splitter to the TV is working. You're saying, could it be the HDMI cable going from the splitter to the capture device? Maybe. Maybe, and I do have a replacement I could try. I don't think this is the case, though. I just don't think this is it. This cable came with my Sony TV that I just got, what, 2 months ago? So it's brand new standard. Whatever the highest new standard is, that's what this cable will be. so I can replace the HDMI cable going from the splitter to the capture device. But I don't think that's it. How could it that I'm getting audio and not video? If there was no audio nor video, I'd say, okay, the capture device fried, right? But I'm getting audio and not video, and that doesn't make sense to me. If anything, I think the cable that's broken is the USB cable going from the capture device to the PC. And if that's the case, I'm boned, because that cable, like I said, is a weird proprietary looking cable. I'll show it on stream in a second. Okay? So, anyway, I guess I'll swap this cable out. I don't know if it's going to affect anything. Okay? I guess we'll try. See, here's the real problem, because some people will be like, why don't you just buy a new capture device? Allow me to give background of why this isn't a quick fix. My PC runs on Windows 8. I never upgraded it from Windows 8 because everything always worked. I never had any issues. If you have no issues, why mess with it? Why chance it not working? So I always just left it Windows 8 with the intention that one day I would just buy an entirely new PC and do a whole full upgrade. We were talking about doing that in the summer, and I had someone who was going to finance it, and they backed out, and I can't afford it. So I'm in a situation where if I even buy a new PC, if I buy a new capture device right now, which I could, like I'm looking on Amazon and I could get one in a day or two, they're like $150 to $200. That's not a huge deal. Like I could get that, but there's no guarantee it'll work with my PC because my PC only has Windows 8. And I just looked online. No, you cannot upgrade Windows 8 to Windows 10. It's over. That promotion ran out in like 2016. So you can't even do that anymore. So, let's try swapping the HDMI cable. Oh, by the way, how did this happen? Jasper sat on my capture device. He just keeps coming in here and sitting on it because it's warm. And he used to sit next to the consoles, which I don't mind. But he literally sat on the capture device twice. And that was the end of it. Like, it just stopped working right. No, you can't still upgrade it. I just looked into it online. And everyone says the only way to do it is these weird workarounds. When you go to install Windows 10, it says you need a valid Windows 10 key to do this. And if you don't have it, basically Microsoft will disable it. But that there's people have found weird workarounds to do it. I'm not going to sit here and hinge my entire business on a weird backdoor workaround that's not foolproof. Okay? I don't see how how that's possible. Okay? Okay, let's try this. I don't think this is going to do anything, but we'll try it. So let's see. This is... What is what here? Out 2. Okay. I don't think it's that cable, but we'll try it anyway. Okay. So I just removed the cable, replugged it in. Do we have audio? We have audio. Do we have video? No. It's not the cable. The fact that we still have audio and we don't have video means it's not the HDMI cable. Okay? How can we have audio and not video? It doesn't make sense, right? Here, let me move this. Why am I doing this like an idiot? I can obviously just do this. Right? I can obviously just do this and remove this for now. By the way, thank you, Baranoli, for re-upping your membership for 19 months in a row. The cat had done a super chat earlier, and so did Bojangles. Thank you, guys. Okay. So I don't know what's going wrong. If I click on the capture device in OBS, okay, first of all, I can make it not visible and then visible again. It still works, okay? If you move it, you can still hear the audio of it, okay? So now, there's not much you can do in OBS. Everything's like changing it. You don't want that. What you want to do is you want to go to the properties. So I go to properties, okay? It opens up AverMedia Extreme Cap U3 device and blank screen, black, okay? Deactivate. Obviously, I don't want to do that, right? Configure video. All that happens when you click on that, you get that weird Windows-looking screen. It's not even software that's proprietary to the device. It says the video standard, which is NTSC-M. That's what it's always been. There's other standards to select, but you don't want to do that. You want NTSC-M. Nothing else. Everything else is grayed out. It says, yes, video being received is 1080. Detected is 1080. Okay. And when you click over here to video blah, 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 all this does here, it allows you to change the brightness, the contrast, the hue, and the saturation. That's it. Which obviously I don't want to mess with any of those. It doesn't matter. It's not going to change anything, right? Thank you very much, K-Styles. A $100 super chat. I appreciate that, K-Styles. Let me, well, shit. Let me cancel out of that now. Let me get that on the leaderboard. I mean, super generous. Thank you, K-Styles. Thank you. Because you guys probably just saw it pop up. You're like, holy shit. Yes, a giant super chat. Thank you. Okay. So, again, so the configure video does absolutely nothing. All it does is opens up these default properties that don't do anything. Okay? Nothing. If I go to configure crossbar, which I don't even understand what that is, okay, another pop-up comes up, and this one won't even work. Look at this. Where did it go? Where the fuck did it go? What the hell? It's on the other screen, because I have two monitors. It went to the other monitor. So this says, video signal digital in and video decoder out. Okay, on the left side, it says video signal in, related audio SPF digital in. Nothing. Like, basically, there's a drop down, and it says, do you want video signal in or YRBGR in? Okay, and the YRBGR is, I believe they're referencing composite, because this used to have, well, it always had a composite input, but it never worked. Like, it literally never worked. Okay? For some reason, there was always a dongle that it came with to plug in if you wanted to do red, green, blue video. And I tried this a long time ago, and it never worked. Never, not once. And I don't know what it was, because I always did try to get it to change in that setting and everything. Because I remember, imagine if I wanted to capture from like an old console. Maybe I could capture from PS2 or whatever. The feature just never worked at all. By the way, we still have audio. So, yeah. So being that it never worked, I knew something was up with that port. Maybe the port was always fried, or I don't know, maybe the dongle didn't work. But I think that's all that option means. This is you can change from this YBGTN bullshit in to the other one. In fact, now that I did that, now there's no audio. See that? And now if I change it back, it's going to reload from scrap. It's reloading right now. Oh, now it froze. Oh, great. It did. It froze. Now there's no audio at all out of the thing. Ha 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 ha. It froze completely. Doing that, it froze the whole fucking thing. Yeah. Are you guys hearing any audio from besides me talking? Or is it just me talking? What are you hearing? No audio? Okay. It just crapped out completely. Now I do this, nothing. We hear nothing. Yep. Just me talking. Okay. So that crapped it all completely, okay? Basically doing that little change, trying to get it to go from composite to component and back. Well, excuse me, from component to, is it component or composite? I get it confused. Red, green, blue. It tried to go from red, green, blue to HDMI and then back, and it basically crapped the whole damn thing out. I have no idea what this even is. Some weird shit. Yeah, video signal digital in. And nothing. The audio is frozen now. Yep, the audio is completely frozen. You can't even hear it anymore. Okay. Composite is red, green, yellow. And component is red, green, blue. Okay. That makes sense. You can't upgrade the graphics drivers for this thing. You try and it says they're updated, even though they're obviously, it's a super outdated. Basically, this thing doesn't have anything for Windows 8 anymore. I'm running Windows 8. It doesn't have any new drivers for Windows 8. The latest drivers are from like 6 years ago. Yeah. The It has Windows 10 drivers. I don't have Windows 10. Right? So that won't do anything. So now I don't think it's working at all. I hit deactivate and then reactivate, activate. I still get the black screen. I still get no audio. Yeah. If I go to properties, it allows you to change various things. Like you can have it do FPS type, custom, or default. You could do the resolution. You know, I had it on 1080p and it wasn't working. I had it on 720p. It doesn't work. Like nothing. No matter what I do, I get a black screen. No, I already restarted the PC. I already unplugged and replugged. I already did everything you guys can think of. All the basic stuff's been done a million times. It's, you know, this basic troubleshooting, it's not helping. I rebooted the PS5. I did everything you guys are suggesting. All of it. And, you know, nothing, basically. Nothing's helping. Okay? No rebooting has fixed anything. The weird thing now is we have no audio, but I think it's because I messed with the setting. In fact, why don't I stop recording, close OBS, reopen OBS, and see if that gets the audio back at least. Okay? Let's do that. So everyone sit tight. I'll be right back. I'm going to stop recording, and then I'm going to start streaming again, and hopefully we can get at least the audio back. Okay? I'll be right back.